Hello there, how's everyone doing this fine morning? Now that I have my headphones on correctly, we can get going. Probably gonna be a shorter stream today than has been in the past. Got places to be. But we'll get as much Hearthstone in as we can. Hey, Ian. How are you doing today? All right, folks. The deck. Oop, I'm not big. There we go. Now I'm massive. Got paperwork signed to sell my condo townhouse? Well, congratulations. I imagine that's what you're looking to get done. Alright, folks, the deck is Reno Hunter. The goal of the deck is to use a strong early game to apply consistent pressure and eventually top out at either Dragon Queen Alexstrasza for some large dragons or Dino Tamer Bran to shove a King Crush at our opponent's face. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can catch me live at twitch.tv/Roffle. Alright. Actually, when I was visiting my family over the weekend, my brother and sister-in-law are in the process of, like, buying a new place and selling their current home, and it's kind of chaotic, but I did that a couple of years ago, and I don't ever want to do it again, is what I learned from that. Hey, Sleeping. Hey, Genevieve. Hey, Blob. Hey, Duskrow. Alright. This isn't, like, obviously the best one drop, but it's reasonable. I don't think I mind keeping the Kazamicus either, just so I have something on turn 4 and 5, potentially turn 3. Just woke up from a nap, feels great. I'm jealous. I just woke up from a sleep. Alright. Just make a 1-1 here. I think this is fine. Next turn is probably here and here. So I can get a little bit better value off of the explosive trap than just a single 1-3. Granted, this is one of the most important minions in their deck to make dead, but I think it's still okay. Good stream so far. I started 2.5 minutes ago. So yeah, pretty good. This also gives me a potential attacker on board if they just, like, bump with the, yeah, the one that makes the most sense. Next turn, I can better I mean, with this attack order, I might have, Sure. I'm just gonna try and send this guy upstairs and then assess afterwards. Although, could attack here, attack there, and then... Yeah, let's see if this works. Sure. This allows me to retain the explosive trap for a future turn. And... No! No, no! The stats! Okay, it's fine. I guess. Equip. Right, I remember how this game works. Play a Zephyrus against Murlocs, win the game. I think that's what I remember. Super Llama Man. Thank you for the gifted subs. A couple of them. Thank you so much. Hey, freaks. Now I can either play the Wild Bloodstinger or the Reno Jackson for some reason. Probably go with the Bloodstinger to get something in their hand. That is not a strong turn from the opponent here. Alright. What you got, friendo? Nope! Not anymore. I mean, game's not over yet, but I do still have Kazamicus into Explosive Trap. Go here, probably just get a 5-er. Rush and copy would be ideal. Draw 2 cards is fine. Don't really feel the need to... let's actually bump here. Because that makes their trades a little bit worse. It goes like 1.5 for 1. Or maybe 1 for 1 if it only takes one of those. But like, there's no need to worry about this when I've got an Explosive Trap up. Hey, turn. Hey, quick. What is the best watch post? Right now, none of them. But like, the 2-drop one is probably the closest to being good. Well, a lot of cards you're holding, isn't it? Kapow! So satisfying. Uh-oh. Oh no! No! That's why they're holding cards. Oh, I could have just killed him. Sorry, I'm still waking up. We'll get him next turn, chat. One more person says you miss lethal, they are banned. It doesn't take 5 people to get the the same point. Why would you test that? See you tomorrow. Oh, no stream tomorrow, sorry. I told you what was going to happen, and then it happened. Imagine your surprise. You missed something? You're right. I missed giving you 10 minutes. Please stop. Not a funny joke. Maybe they're on mobile. We have a big delay. Yes, but you can literally, even with a delay on mobile, you can see the 5 people above you that said it.
Mine is the only way. By fang and claw.
Keep the Neophyte. Probably don't need the Ingenuity. I'd rather just find a turn 1 play. Didn't. Yes, I believe the Fire Festival did start today. Kind of awkward now, so I think I just pressed the button. Nope, this is better. What is Scavenger's Ingenuity hit in this deck? Beasts.
There is so much untapped power in this world.
Next turn I can go here and here. It looks like it's disco. Nope. Maybe Reno? Am I winning with pressure value? I think I might need this. This is more like, yeah, this is good. Because I can dream a, like, void dado. Do you plan on trying out the new Inner Fire Priest list that hit Legend a few days ago? Yes, I'll probably try that out a few days ago. So. You can expect it in a few days ago.
Unity, precision,
Next turn I can get the Cult Neophyte down plus the Explosive Trap. I mean, that Ziliax did a lot of work with the weapon. And this is actually going to do reasonably well. Huh? Yeah. Probably just get away with pressing this button now. Don't really need to get this down, do I? Next turn is this. My mana's kind of spoken for, so maybe it was worth considering, but... My bad I don't catch a lot of streams? Oh, it's just a joke. You had no way of knowing.
You'll find me wherever the action is.
Hey, Blue Train. Kapow! They could potentially have a coin nether here. Brawl just means that like King Crush always wins. Is Bran with Bran not worth it? I don't really want to get to turn 10, and I don't want to hold the Bran for turn 10 necessarily. So I don't think so, no. This is fine. Was fine until I lost my board. Okay, this is actually pretty good if I can get a Zephyrus or something. Bird. Yeah, it's close enough. I don't feel like this is worth a weapon swing when it's up to 5. I don't think it changes the breakpoints all that much. I mean, yes, taking 12 damage can't feel good, but like the alternative was they left those minions on board to soak up some of the damage, but then I retain my minions, you know? Well, their Reno is offline now. So that's got to be a concern.
This is not what we stood for. Time may pass, but dream is eternal.
That's why I wanted the weapon swings. Boop. So they probably get a 10 drop there, right? That's like Oldness off. Down. This is where the dream comes in. They know I have it. I'm really glad I chose this Ysera.
Every nightmare must end.
This time.
Easy. No miss lethals on this stream. There must be a, like, I don't know, there must be like an HS replay list or a list floating around somewhere of Reno lock with those plated beetles because I've been seeing a lot of it lately. And it just doesn't seem good. Alright, against Paladin. Ooh. Might be a matchup where the Deathstalker is good. So I'm going to keep the Deathstalker, but because I'm doing that, I probably need some early game to not just get blown out by like turn 5, you know? This can help me find the Dread Scale, which paired with Poisonous can win me the game. So that's pretty neat. Kind of figured it was Odd Paladin. That is the best Paladin deck right now. That's also good on turn 2. What do we want here? Probably a turn 3. Or I could pick this. Do I have any other beasts? I have Zixor. If I pick this, it makes the Scavenger's Ingenuity very likely to hit either Zixor or Dread Scale. So I think I just want the Spring Paw here. And then I play this, and then my turn 3 is Ingenuity plus Spring Paw to deal with the dude.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah. Feels a little bit worse now, but I don't really want to like just play an Explosive Trap for a single card there. Our Hunter's the weakest war lies. Sylvanas, Rexxar, and Illyria feel a little underwhelming compared to Arthas, N'Zoth, or Rag. Like, isn't Rexxar and Sylvanas are like some of the key characters in WoW lore, aren't they? I don't know about that. Arthas was the Lich King? Well, yeah, but like, I don't know. Like, Sylvanas was a war chief, Rexxar is a crucial character in
Reporting for duty.
like Warcraft 3, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just gonna take a couple of these dudes off the board now to play around the coin 2 Armsmen. N'Zoth, isn't that lore relevant? Like, the old gods just kind of pop up every once in a while and try and destroy the world, right?
Will be purged.
You meant as power level? Well, I think that the conversation about Sylvanas still is relevant then, right? He was pretty powerful. And plus, I feel like comparing the power level of like the starting characters to literal gods is maybe a little bit unfair. Anyway, Dread Scale is incredible in this matchup. So let's go ahead and do that. And then next turn, even if they make a wide board, I can just play a Rexxar. I will not buy the Holy Light, sir. I don't appreciate your pushy sales tactics. Starting Heroic Sanctum tonight? Well, good luck.
Reporting for duty. May the light grant you peace.
Broom Conviction? Yep. No Conviction. Yeah. I want to delay this if I can, I think, because I've actually got a decent amount of pressure. Let's go. Do I want something from my deck or some? I could get a Bran, and that would be pretty good.
This beast will not be tamed.
Both up, I guess. And then I just want to be able to do this. If I can keep dudes off the board, I can prevent really strong 2 armsman turns. Isn't Hearthstone just the characters literally playing cards IRL? How does N'Zoth play a card game? I mean, the tentacles probably allow him to hold the cards, right? I don't see why not. Roffle, I don't understand all the things you say. Can you speak French for my better understanding of the stream? Thank you. Oui, oui.
Gotcha! Bear arms! The eternal hunt has begun.
Alright, this seems to be going pretty well. For me, not the opponent.
The light dims, but we fight.
Reporting for duty.
May the light
Wow.
grant you peace.
They really do be convicting, though. This is probably Omayog, if I had to guess, so... Not entirely sure that this is actually going to be useful. Seems like it might be, though. It's just 6 damage. I was hoping to hit the taunt so I could get damage to face. But this isn't... Like, I know they have double conviction, but this isn't that threatening of a board. Opponent not played a single dude buff, or have I missed something? Well, I mean, they haven't had an opportunity because I've been killing all their dudes. I don't think it's by choice, necessarily. Next turn, what I probably want to do is go here, shove it face, and then give it like Serpent Bloom so that I can get the explosive tap down. Oh, that's their holy spell? That is fine. It just kind of seems worse than a conviction, right?
You here for the tour?
Okay, I do get a hero power involved in this, so I might as well check for that as well. Seems okay. I wanted the Pengu, but I'm gonna go face in case it like does something weird with this. Beakered lightning? Ah, okay. You buy the holy. We've already been over this.
To arms, men!
I mean, they got to trade into this.
Was a mistake.
Whoopsie. Doesn't really matter.
Reporting for
Although, yes, it kind of does. Because now these die. But I think the opponent dies anyway, right? Often? That's actually kind of a big deal. Wow. Yeah. Paladin's actually the weakest overall lore-wise? I don't know. I don't think I want to get into that conversation again. I'm not knowledgeable enough on WoW lore, and nobody's going to come to an agreement there. But wasn't it a Paladin that like defeated the Lich King? Alright, hero power to see if we can get lethal first. The Alexstrasza was tempting, but I'd rather just like have a certain board clear. Like inevitably, I'm going to find lethal with the button press, right? I was looking for shoot lackey there, but never lackey, I suppose. Eventually, I'll get there.
I will silence their scream.
That is a large minion. I mean, they have to trade over this lackey too, so it's not like they get to do much. Alex can hit face, sir. Wasn't it Dragon Queen Alexstrasza that I passed on? Yeah, it was Dragon Queen, not the new one. Okay, I'm not crazy.
Well played.
I really wish someone would make rules in this chat about backseating.
Rexa versus Uther.
Whoa!
The Light's Inferno. By
What a sweet portrait. Zeph, Wandering's no explosive. I think I've got better options. Dwarven is good on 1. I don't know if I'm gonna Zeph on 2, but
None will survive.
happy Midsummer.
Midsummer Fire
I haven't seen that movie yet. I hope there's no spoilers.
You here for the tour?
Jeez.
Reporting for duty. Nothing but a bunch of big bears. Reporting for duty.
What if I just coin a Dreadscale here?
Gotcha.
Oh, that's what happens. Okay.
Humbled by this sight.
That makes sense, yeah. Huh. I was Dreadscale in the deck because as I was adding 30 cards to this deck, I thought, yeah, I'll include that one. It pairs really well with Serpent Bloom, though. And it's been performing really well against Odd Paladin, which is one of the best decks in the format. But like it also does well into like Dark Glare, for instance, when paired with the Serpent Bloom. And the opponent concedes and we hit Legend, so that is what happens when you coin out a Dreadscale on turn 2, it seems. That was easy. Turn 2 lethal? Yeah, please nerf. Was this another accidental legend? No, I wasn't. Like, I got pretty close yesterday, and I was kind of trying, and then I figured with the way that the release schedule of the new expansion is, that it makes it easier just to hit legend this month.
For Doomhammer. By Fang and Claw.
Hmm. I've been seeing a lot of Murloc Shamans. This is better into Murlocs than it is into Odd Paladin, and it's just kind of better on the play than on the coin. What's the best Demon Hunter deck to hit Legend with? Odd Demon Hunter, for sure. It's one of the best decks in the format, and nobody seems to be playing it. but it's quite good. Opponent. Hello. Roffle, I asked chat. Well, yeah, the thing about chat, though, is they don't really know anything. And there's, like, literally only one correct answer anyway, so you would have gotten the same answer if... I think lifesteal can can also do well. Thank you for proving my point. Lifesteal is way too slow and wild. Reno would be better than lifesteal IMO.
Oh, you built this for me? There is little time.
Are you gonna take your turn? Opponent. I'd like to play Hearthstone, please. I've seen people who experiment with Death Rattle Demon Hunter in WoW. Yeah, I've played a Reno version and it's good. It's just not anywhere near as good as Odd Demon Hunter, which is legitimately one of the best decks in the format. So like they're not on comparable levels. Okay. The only other secret in my deck is explosive, so unfortunate timing here.
Little time.
I mean, at this point, I feel like it's intentional, and I'm beginning to take it personally. Is 6-mana Hunter's Crab good here? I have no idea what you're talking about. But if it's in the deck, I obviously think so. If it's not in the deck, then I don't. Haven't seen Freezing Trap used in ages. Is it just too slow and wild? It's part of it. Like, you don't have that many good hits right now. Because Big Priest is not... I feel like that order could have maybe been a little bit better, but that's okay. Big Priest isn't really that common anymore. Nor is it a good deck, so it's not really worth attacking against. Like, big decks in general, just you don't get a lot of benefit from them, so Freezing Trap tends to not accomplish very much.
There is little time.
I think I want to go Stitch Trap. Big Priest is still fairly common. I mean, it's always going to be somewhat common. It's just not, like, super popular because it's not super strong into the metagame right now. Because of the existence of those combo decks you're referring to. Or at least that's part of it. Spring Paw? Huh, this is good too. Wait, no, this was bad. I need to not play this until I draw the other copy.
For no one but me.
Might have happened to Big Shaman. I mean, it's just kind of like it's a high roll deck, right? So it's falls victim to being a high roll deck, and it's not consistent enough, nor has it really gained a whole lot recently. So it certainly is capable of like just blowing out games on turn 1, for instance, because of like its high roll potential, but like that's not. High roll decks tend to be less consistent and therefore kind of fall off in popularity over time. They're all kind of gross. I think I want to soften this up for the Rexar next turn. Oh! Oh, that's real bad. I mean, what about the poisonous man, though? Or 8 bad? It is when it can't attack.
Turn up the heat.
Pretty sure this is a robot now. Because that play makes no sense. Shouldn't be dead from here. I can Reno next turn, but like if I just Reno and leave them with a board advantage, I'd probably lose the game. Reno top deck though, yeah. That's worse than this play.
Never be afraid of your inner power.
What adventure are you off to today? Have fun in the dead mines.
Well, at least this will soak up some damage, I suppose. This one. This one. I think I can probably just go ahead and do this. You can take care of that next turn with the Bran or with a hero power and a 5-drop. Probably a hero power and a 5-drop.
Defy us, huh? I bet you showed them.
We're gonna have to have a King Rush here, it seems.
You'll find me wherever the action is.
Bonk. I just kind of assumed they picked the Plague Lands, but they certainly did not, did they?
Life and hope are worth fighting for.
This timeline.
These are some good dragons. Plane is just chilling? Yeah.
No longer a prank.
That is fine. So fine. Yeah, go face. I'll be fine. We go bump here and then there. Back to the roping, I suppose.
There is little time.
Opponent big Sag because they lost a Hearthstone game. Are there any beasts that silence? Maybe I could get an Almega lol. Play that. Mega Monkey. This costs 4. Yeah. That seems fun. Big D gamer boy.
Wax, give me life.
Very cool. Bird a good card. Not for the opponent right now. But it is in fact the word. The opponent is here. What, in chat? Probably not. I don't know. They really are proving how cool they are, though. I'm impressed. At least I get to keep building beasts, though.
What adventure are you up to today? Plague lands? Wash your hands.
Opponent real? I don't like if it's a bot, I don't see the benefit to roping every turn. Also, confirmation that yeah, is once again wrong. Not a standard gamer. It's just an obnoxious elemental shaman. I bet they're one win off legend and hope that you concede. I mean, all the roping is making me less and less likely to be generous.
There is little time.
I think it's more likely they're just looking for attention. But they've been roping since, like, quite literally turn 1. Should end it, right?
Your wish is my suggestion.
9 plus. Oh, it's exact days. Let's see what we get. Yep. Pretty good.
Not so tough now.
Look at that! Look at that! Pretty quick on the concede, weren't you? What a great name. Definitely an XP bot? No. They would it. Why would it wait? No, that's that last turn confirms without a doubt that it was not a bot at all. Because they just like immediately conceded as soon as I ripped the
Versus Jaina.
My sorcery will prevail.
That was a real person, which makes it much worse. I agree, yeah. Yeah, that was quite irritating. Alright. I just want to find my turn 2 plays. You've seen the new hero portraits? I saw Uther. It looked pretty cool. Okay.
Nothing but a bunch of big bears.
Turn 1, turn 2. Hopefully this finds me a turn 3.
An incredible discovery.
I could also bump and hero power that down. And then Zephyrus into a flare.
Gotcha.
I think I'm just okay if I force out a ping.
An incredible discovery.
Down with the cabal.
Oh.
Your wish is my suggestion.
I'm gonna coin a flare here, I think. I think this is probably worth. Or not.
Gotcha.
This is good for... The weapon is good for breaking the rig fair game. And the flare is good for when I don't have the opportunity to do so. You think it would be a good idea for the devs to add a 2v2 game mode if people wanted to play with friends? Yeah. I think so. I think it's something that they've like expressed interest in doing. It's just not necessarily an easy thing. There are a lot of considerations for it, right? The UI, the cool. Like from an engineering standpoint, I imagine it's not super straightforward. But I would hope that becomes a thing. Because I used to play like a lot of Two-Headed Giant and Paper Magic, and that was always fun.
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
I want to set up for the coin Rexar, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen, so it's likely going to end up being a coin, break the counter spell, hit the Zixor. Oh god. It took a minute. And I was worried that it was a second explosive. I think it's a game mode designed for 2v2 is what people are interested in. Alright. Hit here. Play the Roxar and go face with the weapon to deny the fair game.
The eternal hunt has begun.
Next turn I have Flare. I want another spell in case of counter spell.
We have many secrets.
But yeah, one of those is certainly counter spell. All right, so this is a secret. If they have 12, if they have double fireball, it's 12-16. I don't think I need to Reno this turn, right?
We have many secrets.
Well,
Easy target.
it's a little concerning. But this is a secret, so it's, yeah, I'm dead to double fireball, but it'd have to be exactly these two cards. Okay, so they are going to get the fair game here. But this decimates their board. We're Battlegrounds gamers now. That's a fireball on a Reno. You'll love to see that.
I'm late. I'm late.
I intend to deceive.
I'm late. I'm late.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with the cabal!
I did a whoopsie there. Oh god. I miscounted completely. I thought I was on 10 mana. Whoopsie.
Unity, precision, primitive.
Go to 29. This still should be fine. Sev, thank you for the prime. Okay, that's probably not explosive. Hey, Kako. Okay, I am absolutely in danger here, though. So that's probably the explosive or the counter spell. They've seen double explosive, right? I need like the best beast ever. That's not gonna do it. Oof. Still not good enough, is it?
Bow to the fang and claw. Try to run.
That's close. But their follow-up to the Reno was just disgusting. They dumped a lot of stats. That's what happens when Rig Fair Game goes off, though. Deck needs Psychic Scream. Good joke. I just need an opponent to play against. This chat needs Psychic Scream. Need to be able to Psychic Scream the chat, yeah. It's almost just taking as long as our shaman opponent's turns. You look much better with a beard. Okay. I wish I cared about your opinions on my physical appearance, but I don't, so you can leave. Hey, Decon. How long will you stream today? Hell, I am done.
My final form, by fang and claw.
I don't know. Actually, I do know because I have an appointment today. Dude got a compliment and made fun of the person. I tell you what. I don't have a beard currently, so it wasn't a compliment. Second of all, like, I don't like it when people just arbitrarily comment on my physical appearance. It makes me incredibly uncomfortable, so... And I've been very clear about that and asking people not to do it, so... Shut up. I don't want to be complimented. Nor do I want to be... have people fixate on my physical appearance. Like this. What did I just say? Do you afraid to play versus priest? Not usually, no. Depends on what deck I'm playing, but a lot of decks that I play love to queue into priest. So, I don't know. Depends on what I'm playing. I had a lot of fun queuing into priest with like that Nazah Shaman the other day. Feel like I might need the healing from this time around. Although I do have the Reno, but like they're pretty relentless in the damage. I think I want to go with Iron Forge because I'm taking a lot of repetitive damage from the Leaper Gnome. Yep, I feel like healing is probably necessary. Hopefully it goes off. Just need a couple turns. The problem is that like it lines up exactly with the Reno turn. Okay.
Unity, precision,
That's good news. And they just used a silence, so feel pretty good about that. Nice. Okay, now I can probably get away with holding the Reno. So I'm up to 25, so that buys me some time. Just avoid the Baku, please.
I will silence their screams.
I mean, I did say please. I don't know what more I need from the... Alright. I mean, it worked out anyway, but, like... Is this the Reno Hunter that reached rank 1 legend? To my knowledge, no Reno Hunter reached rank 1 legend. Why is this taking so long? Every game. That's what I get for an early legend. Feels punishing, man.
Rexa versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine by fang and claw.
Lithab's reasonable. I think I'd rather find a 1 and a 2. You post your decks on Hearthstone? I do not. I post them on YouTube, though. You play Battlegrounds? I'm kind of enjoying the mode at the moment. I didn't enjoy it at first, but it's grown on me. I didn't enjoy Battlegrounds. I just haven't been playing it much recently.
Nothing but a bunch of big bears.
I've been playing TFT. Okay.
Gotcha.
I mean, it could be Dark Lair, but it seems less likely after not playing a card on turn 1.
What adventure are you up to today?
Set him for 12.
Wash your hands.
That's 5 turns away. That's around the time that, like, the Dino Tamer could come down, so.
Your wish is my
Okay.
suggestion.
It is Reno. What are they getting here? Flare? Sure. I imagine they probably have Raised Dead in hand if they're doing that, because it's a low value Zephrys. I lose the sharpshooter, but I don't care. Hey, Terranium. Oh my god, what did they do to that emote?
At last, a worthy disciple.
So, I mean, if they do have the Raised Dead in hand, it's going to be pretty good, but not much I can do about that. Hey, mister. Oh, one pot? Alright then. Opponent is being pretty aggressive with the resources. I don't know that this is worth a rot nest. Especially when I can just go ahead and make a 310. And, oh, this looks pretty good. Bam! But yeah, they are, just kind of tossing away their yellow cards, aren't they? Hey, Justin. Doing alright, how about yourself? Raised Dead, I feel like that's what makes the most sense, right? Like, I don't know if they're going to have the hand space for that now, though. But, like, if they're this willing to give away their yellow cards, they must have a Raised Dead. Raised Dead into Zeph.
Almost out of time.
I want to try and find Bran off this. Yeah, they did have the Raised Dead. Makes sense. Thanks.
This beast will not be tamed.
Like, damage isn't permanent anyway. I could have gone with the Rot Nest into 7 to face, but I need to set up for like a turn 8 kill, so I'm looking for the Dino Tamer. Fortunately, I wasn't able to find it. I know they have 2 yellow cards in hand because they just Raised Deaded, so the Blood Stingers are pretty good. Just for denying additional value and applying a reasonable amount of pressure here. It's also entirely possible that I hit the Reno or just like get obliterated by pulling a big demon, so a lot to look forward to. Zixor or Dreadscale? Or could just go here and Hero Power. Or I could go here, deny this F. That seems kind of bad. Let's just go here. Press the button, continue applying the pressure. This does 12, so theoretically sets up lethal. Especially with the Corrosive Breath Hero Power, so if they just like they just clear the board, which seems unlikely that they are able to do. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna be a little bit short. Maybe with the Zeph. of our own. Otherwise, I'm probably just playing the Bloodstinger and Hero Powering. That is 6. I'm 1 off. Alright. Hero Power Bloodstinger, I suppose. Bloodstinger first, in case I pull something that I need to like repeat the attack into. Reno? It's not bad. And we set up for lethal next turn if they don't have the Reno.
So many possibilities.
Looks like they don't have the Reno. Is Bloodstinger better than Rat? Sometimes. Hunter has difficulty dealing with minions after they dirty rat them, so Bloodstinger solves that problem. And gets pulled from the Ingenuity. Alright. Blech. Okay. I am going to take a quick break and then I will return shortly. So, BRB. All right. We're swapping decks. I think that one is very clearly quite good. As is this one, but I am very clearly going to make it quite worse. Alright, folks, the deck is Odd Paladin, which is a good deck, but then I took two bad cards in Prince Liam and Prince Malchezaar and put them into the deck, making it worse. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can catch me live at twitch.tv/Roffle. Oh, I'm still gigantic. Found ourselves a Shaman. This is probably not a good matchup, no matter what that... Because, like, the Flurgle Toxfin is inevitably going to ruin me. But I have Prince Liam, so... Problem solved. Not sure if I want the Omayog if I assume it's Murlocs, right? There's only 2 spells. No, that's pretty good into the buff spell, so I'm just going to keep this whole hand. Excellent.
None will survive.
Look at all that start of game goodness. Yeah, might need to coin out the mustard next turn. Who is Prince Liam lore-wise? He's this guy. I don't want that scaling any further out of control. And then next turn I just have the Horsey Man. Liam Greymane, the Prince of Gilneas who died. Killed by Sylvanas, that's why he's a ghost. But, like, Twitch chat was telling me just moments ago when I was playing the other deck that hunters are weak. Sylvanas in particular. Weird.
Mount up! To battle! To battle! To battle for justice!
It's from Gilneas? I heard that there once was a man from Gilneas. I just want to take the opponent off the board so that I have more time to set up for the random legendaries. It's a little bit alarming. I need that to die. Yikes. At least that means they don't have, they have one fewer Toxfin for the
Reporting for duty.
for the Flurgle.
Reporting justice.
We will fight.
I need to play the Conviction now, which is unfortunate because I wanted to play the Liam. I was like, wait, there's no pirate package in this deck. Thanks, Malkazar. Got 6 damage to give here. Yeah, it's just got to be Conviction for trades.
To battle! To battle! Reporting for duty. To battle! For justice! To battle!
Alright. We can dodge the Flurgle, we'll be fine. Sure. Oh. Oh, that's concerning.
Brave heroes of Gilnet, arise!
To battle!
I can't leave that up, right? I just need to hope that, like, they try and sneak in everything, and... Where'd that? Elemental Destruction. Same thing? Okay. That's the one that can attack, too. Does Liam transform all cards or just minions? I believe it's all 1-cost cards.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
I mean, depending on what I top deck, this has some serious potential. They did get some overload from the, from the lava burst as well, right? Wait. Or dare?
Reporting for duty. To arms, men! To battle!
Bonk. Very curious that this deck doesn't have Prince Taldarum. Yeah, I wonder why.
Behold the army of Zandala.
Duty calls.
Duty.
To battle!
I gotta kill this. It feels kind of bad, but seems necessary. Hey, happy to hear you're enjoying that, Corbeck. So I spent all that effort. Jeez. The last thing you need right now is more card draw. Isn't that the third one of those? No, it just feels like it. God. No taunt, please. Thank you. What?
Reporting for duty. To arms, men!
I mean, I guess I have to make this trade anyway, but
Zandala for
All right, desperately need a good random legendary top deck. The scout. You realize if I traded into the scout, I was dead on board, right? I'm not sure what that question is about, but if I traded into the scout, I would lose the game. So that's why I didn't trade into the scout, because I didn't actually want to lose the game. Can build a deck with Zul'jin. Yes, I can. I have. There's no need to shout that. God, Legend queue times are brutal. The last Metroid, thank you for the 19 months with Prime. My name is Chat, and I have some ideas for the stream, and they're all terrible. Glad you got that out of the way. Hey, we found a game. Well, Jen, just time it, please stop
Uther versus
spamming chat with caps.
This ends now. I will fight with honor.
We'll keep. I mean, this is the worst card in my hand, but I'm gonna keep it. But Broom with a hero power on turn 3 seems like a good way to swing the board back into my favor.
None will survive.
Okay, so it is an odd Demon Hunter, but I had more start of turn effects, so that makes my deck more better.
Reporting for duty.
It's just science.
Burn away to ash.
Good job. Hey! Just you wait till I get to 10 mana.
For justice. Reporting for duty.
Also, maybe we'll have a Shanaz Dormu in here as well. Next turn, I probably just go here, here, here. That's rough. Gotta kill that. Think.
The light dims, but we
Reporting for duty.
Repent.
The battle. The battle for justice. The battle. The battle.
Alright. Get an opening for Prince Liam next turn. Uh-oh. No weapon, please. Oh. I mean, that's always going to be pretty brutal for me. Probably one of the lowest impact turns
Let me work my magic.
for that card against me.
Brave heroes of Gilnet, arise!
Looks like I'm going to bear off soon, so I don't think I want to like attack into that twice when I can attack into it once. I don't want that broom back though. Jeez, this is so much damage.
Never surrender.
I think I'm dead. I don't think that there's any avoiding it. At least there's Nazari value. You're acting as though I'm going to get to turn 10. Like, I'm probably just dead next turn.
For justice. Reporting for duty. Job's done. Reporting for duty.
Unless I hit something real good off of the, either Liam or... Yeah.
The victory is yours.
I don't know if chat was serious or not, but, like... There was no world in which I was getting to turn 10 after the plays that they made. Or at least not without a Nozdormu alongside it. In a world where the opponent went AFK, you would. If in that world they would be dead before I get to turn 10. So still does not really apply.
Uther versus Jaina.
My sorcery will prevail.
I will fight with honor.
Hey, just like hanging onto a broom here. Crystology is good. But I think I just play the Lost in the Jungle. Aha!
Legions I command.
None will survive.
Dano, thank you for the 3 months. Thanks for the decks. Thank you for that support. Well, let's find out if I lose or not.
Reporting for duty.
I lose. Just a casual turn 1, increase your win rate to 80%.
An incredible discovery.
You have any ideas to make Lady in White work? Yeah, so I've been thinking about this for a while because somebody asked about her the other day. I think the best thing that you can do is take your Lady in White, disenchant her for 400 dust, and get an epic card of your choice. And that's how you can make her the Lady in White work. And if you do that, she works quite well.
I wonder. Reporting for duty. To battle.
We have many secrets.
But in general, interacting with your deck in Hearthstone in the way that Lady in White doesn't do a whole lot. Other than Keleseth because he comes down on turn 2, but especially like turn 6 and then interacting with your deck and then drawing the cards that do something, like that's never going to be good.
Let me think. To battle.
Pocket Galaxy, that's a bit different scenario, but yeah, I suppose that works.
To battle.
But like Pocket Galaxy is like a mortgage on your tempo. You're paying for, you're trading a low tempo turn now for a high tempo plays in the remainder of the game. Whereas with Lady in White, you're paying for the payoff is stats, which stats turn 7 and beyond don't make much of a difference. Mana cheating greater than stats? Absolutely. Yeah. So while that does interact with your deck, the payoff is much greater than Lady in White. So like
Do try to keep yourselves alive. To battle. To battle.
I don't want to give up the broom here, but a pretty good setup. Priest doesn't have the card draw to refill and utilize her. Not to the same extent that Mage does, but again, even if you were to do that, like you don't get the same like quality of turns post Lady in White that you would post Pocket Galaxy. Like the thing is that like Lady in White is just a really bad card. I miss out on a buff here, but I can play around explosive if I play the tour guide. So maybe I start with the tour guide, and maybe I just don't even want the carnival barker. What if I go here, hero power here, and set up for a good turn next turn with the broom potentially? I don't even think this draws anything, but that's okay.
Let's move quickly.
Here for the tour?
Oh.
Mount up.
Let's do this then.
For duty.
That order was kind of weird. Like I found myself in between two plays and ended up making like a bad play as a result.
Come one, come all.
As a gift. I'm gonna play this so that I can go face with the weapon. It's the same number. Oh, I might get countered though.
Let me think.
Yeah, I just have to go with this and hope it's not fair game. It's more likely to be counterspell than fair game at this point. Lady in White can give more stats than Survival of the Fittest. I mean, theoretically true, but again, stats on board are better than stats in your deck because Hearthstone is a tempo game.
Let the dead rest. The battle.
that Flame Ward? Flame Ward or Ice Block? Haven't hit a single random legendary yet, and I'm very disappointed in that.
What once was cloudy shall become clear.
That's really unfortunate for me. Lady in White as a starter game effect like the hero power would be interesting. It would probably be broken.
To battle.
If I had to guess. I'm gonna send one of these dudes upstairs and take 5. So that I can test for that.
For justice. Come one, come all. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
Priest could have a casual turn 1 4/4 just drawing the frazzled freshman. Yeah, I don't think that that would be a good start of game effect for the health of the game. Sure hope they're not running second Flame Ward. Jeez.
I'm late.
To battle. To battle. To battle. For justice.
I'll take 5 to play around second Flame Ward here.
To battle.
Probably explosive then.
Job done. Reporting for duty.
We have many secrets.
That's not true. The aggro shaman was very good when Stealer of Souls was a deck because it just farmed that. Now that Stealer of Souls is gone, the aggro shaman has fallen off quite a bit.
To battle. To battle.
Uh-oh. Going to buy the skins from the Fire Festival? Probably not.
To battle.
I generally don't spend money on cosmetics.
Battle. For justice. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
I mean, at this point, the Prince Liam isn't even going to do that much. I'm dead to double Fireball, but they keep throwing out secrets, and they've used 2 effective Fireballs, it seems, so...
To battle.
I really need this Water Ellie gone. Threatens too much damage.
Reporting for
This could be an explosive, in which case I'm going to be hurting.
justice.
Again, I gotta do something here. Problem is now I'm in Fireball range, so it's likely I'm just dead off the top because, what, 2 out of their 7 cards kill me?
An incredible discovery.
Or-
For justice.
I haven't seen both fair games yet, so
Reporting for duty. Job done.
oh, okay. I'm just dead here, right? There's no way that they don't have it yet. Does I already asked you to please stop. I think that's your final warning. Mods disagree. And
Victory is yours.
I'm just fine with that. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Zul'jin? Is that what they're asking for? Or Vol'jin? Yeah, it is Zul'jin. Okay, well, I guess we have to disenchant this now. I thought you were going to do it. I considered it. I know there's an undo button, but I didn't want to get caught, like, because I like Zul'jin. I just don't like people spamming deck requests when I ask them not to.
Come. I will fight with honor.
Tips for my 10-year-old daughter that want to start streaming as Hearthstone as a beginner. I think you have to wait 3 years to be. You can't have a Twitch account until 13. But other than that, generally the advice I give when anybody wants to start streaming is to make content off of Twitch, because discovery on Twitch is terrible, and try and bring your audience over to Twitch.
None will survive.
Gruel!
Here for the tour?
Reporting for duty.
You won? Yeah. Like, imagine they play a dirty rat here. Coward. What are your thoughts on the price of the Firelands bundle? Oh, it's probably too much. How much is it? I have no idea. But probably too much, if I had to guess.
Reporting for duty. To battle.
Your tour ends.
It's $20. Do you get cards?
To battle.
Or just the portraits? No? Just the portraits? I mean, they're cool portraits. It's just like, I don't know. I generally don't spend money on cosmetics, but that's me. 3 hero skins and a card back. I mean, that's in line with how much, like, hero portraits generally are priced at. I just, again, I don't know. I rarely spend money on cards, let alone cosmetic items. To find a tour guide again. Oof.
Reporting for duty.
See the Firelands bundle. I'm grateful for making the rest of the game cheaper for me. Yeah. Like, I don't know. There's no obligation to purchase it. It does kind of feel bad to miss out on cool hero portraits, but like, it is effectively like subsidizing the cost of the game for anyone that wants to be free to play. All right, broom, one time, please. Nope, every time. Easy game.
Here for the tour?
Reporting for duty.
The light dims, but we fight.
Your tour
Here, 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 here. Pretty good turn. Ooh, okay. That's not. I need to remember that's not always Flurgle Toxfin. Which different than what I'm used to.
Reporting for duty. To battle.
Bonk. I'm also happy they offer cosmetics separately because I don't want to spend $80 to get a skin I like. True. And they've done a good job recently of making skins available in the shop after the fact, after some delay, obviously, for both gold and money. So at least eventually you have the option to spend in-game resources on them, which is better than was the case previously. No, Toxfin, please. Don't do this to me. Still bad, but should be manageable with the Warhorse trainer here. I need to make sure the conviction lands on the Horsey Man, because I cannot allow the Flurgle to survive. So, we go like so.
Reporting for duty.
Turn to have Hero Power Quartermaster, and then we get to play the most powerful card in the history of Hearthstone. And they're already done with Flurgle Toxfin, so there's no world in which they can clear this Gruul, right? It's also entirely possible they concede next turn when we decimate their board, I don't know. Wish there was a Gruul warrior portrait. That would be so cool. I don't disagree. Maybe one day. Wow, they were so close to that Flurgle Toxfin, weren't they? Yeah. Trade offer. I receive a 4/3 poisonous. You receive a 1/1 dude.
I wonder.
In all seriousness, I think the Quartermaster is still the better play.
For duty. To arms, men. To battle. To battle. To battle.
Misplay, I gave up one of the golden ones instead of this. Alright. Just gotta pave the way for Gruul.
Your strength is admirable. You win.
No! Gruul, chat, the Gruul. I see you later, Blob. I don't know how I'm gonna continue the stream after that.
Uther versus Rexar.
Horse Thief, thank you for the
I
prime.
will fight with honor.
Okay, 1, 2 is a hero power, 3 is mustard. Let's look for the Prince Liam. Same thing. Wait, you're at 400 legend? How? I hit legend, and it's early in the month. And I've been playing reasonably good decks without tanking my rank yet.
None will survive.
Aha!
Legions I can.
Top that.
We have turned
Uh-oh.
our curse into our strength.
See, once again, we have more start of game effects than the opponent. Also, even versus odd. The ultimate
Here for the tour?
showdown.
Reporting for duty.
Start of game confirmed broken? Yeah. More start of game is more good. Yeah, they've got a river croc here, I imagine. Good looking river croc. Oh. Oh god, that's actually brutal for me. That's fine.
Reporting for duty. To battle.
I can use this on turn 5 or 6 with the Carnival Barker. 96, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. This is the optimal number of minions on board, so I can full trade if they play a secret. And then still proc an explosive, right? Not sure that's going to be very good unless the opponent is running Dirty Rat.
Your tour ends here.
Sleeping Inky, thank you for the 300 bits. This is 3 more minions.
Reporting for duty.
Am I killing that?
To battle. To battle.
I think I do, just to pave the way for Barker Tour Guide Hero Power. So I need the board space, right?
For justice.
And I don't want to take too much damage here. Leo, thank you for the 100 bits. Start of game effects 2 OP. It's true. That's, I think, what we're learning from this. This also ends up working out for me if this is explosive. So, giving up those minions. Not necessarily the end of the world.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
Okay. Hit me with that dirty rat, you coward. I think this is too slow. I just want to get stats now.
Reporting for duty. To battle.
Your tour ends here.
Justice.
And we're showing lethal. Oh no. It's terrifying. I mean, there's only one play here.
Reporting for duty. Reporting
Your
for
tour
duty.
ends here.
Snipe.
To battle. To battle. To battle.
The less damage I take, I think the better right now. That's the last explosive, so I should be safe. It's the purpose of this deck, to have some fun and play Hearthstone. Yeah, we definitely need the opponent to play a dirty rat here, right? It's unlikely that they're running Rexar. Yeah. Oh no! Oh, come on. Not like this.
Impressive.
I think the secret ordering might be a little bit off.
Your tour ends here.
Because if they had played a secret prior to... That's the one they generated from the weapon. But, like, if they had played whatever this secret was, it would have been less likely... Or it would have been pulled out of the rifle pool. So far, what we've had is a lot of situations where we just have a random bad legendary stuck in our hand, and then the opponent dies. So, great success.
Uther versus Khadgar.
Knowledge is power. I will fight with
Oh my Yogg seems like it's good against mage, right? And GG home. Generally seems like a pretty good hand. I'm just
None will survive.
not too keen on playing against mage. Because they don't even have any start of game effects. Nerd. Prince Malchazar into Rafam is insane. Let's hope it happens. That would be ideal, yeah. Marvelous. Okay. Tour guide into hero power. Not bad. They didn't have the rigged fair game turn, so that's good. Do you proof with this deck Lothraxion is not needed? I don't think anybody's considered Lothraxion core in Odd Paladin.
reporting for duty. To battle. Reporting for duty.
If it looks like they're setting up a Flak Mage. If I set a Omayog here, does Flak Mage still go off with the
Move quickly.
I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna go with I hope not. It's also pretty good. Uh-oh. Face? You're on face? Oh! Okay. I'm at 3 out of 5. Ooh, awkward.
Mount up.
That is kind of in the way, right?
Your tour ends here.
To battle. To battle. To battle.
Your tour ends.
This gives me an attacker remaining on board if they have the Flak Mage. Oh, that overloaded them too. Incredible.
You're not ready for this.
Yep. Yeah. Alright, well, now I get the distinct pleasure of getting blown out by counterspell, potentially. But I think the payoff is too much to give up here.
Reporting for duty.
Just-
Reporting for
It buffs all these dudes. And I get to test for
For justice.
But we will fight.
the rigged fair game now. There's a castable card that made your hero power summon 3 dudes instead of 2. Would that be considered broken or good? I mean, it depends on how much it costs. And whether it's attached to a body or not, but also, like, we already have the upgraded hero power, right? Alright, I will return shortly. New tradable keyword seems really fun. I agree. I'm looking forward to it. All right. Ooh, priest. Maybe this will be a Liam game.
This is my moment.
I will fight with honor.
Like at this point, I don't even care if I win. I just want to have some fun with random legendaries. What do you think about the quest lines? They look fun so far. I'm excited for triple quest mage. Excited to try decks with all 3 quests in every class. I probably won't do it in every class, but like mage has some potential. I mean, it'll be bad, but fun. What does Liam do again? He takes up a card slot in my deck. So far, that's about it. I'm just gonna do that thing where I win again. I'm gonna hold this for next turn with the Barker. Are there any decent quest decks in Wild? Yeah, there's also well, there is. Fortunately, I don't have the board space to get this done. Quest Murloc Shaman is good, just cut the quest. True, true. Roffle naming all viable quest decks right there. Yeah. I think I nailed them. Did quest mage fall off? Yeah. Like, completing the quest just takes too much effort when you can just kill the opponent with a Mizaki or something. Let's get the conviction and set up for lethal next turn. Although if I had to guess, I am going to assume that the opponent has a mass hysteria here.
The battle! The battle! The battle!
But maybe these will survive. I can still get some damage through most of the time. But not much.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
So I could play the Righteous Protector first and get an extra buffed minion, but I kind of like the idea of saving the coin when I have some expensive minions on my deck as a result of Prince Malchezaar. So.
Reporting for duty. The battle! Reporting for duty. For justice!
Anyway, Wild is a fast format, and a lot of the quests require a lot of like effort to get online. And by the time you do get them online, the payoff is not often worth. All right, do I go here or here? Like this runs the risk of the minion that it receives the buff dying, this runs the risk of the Barov hitting the buff. So I think it's about the same.
Let me think.
But
Do try to keep yourselves alive.
The battle! The battle! The battle! The battle!
never unlucky. But also never legendary. So that not only is the payoff like difficult to like get to, but then you're giving up a card in your opening hand, which makes you unable to respond to what the opponent is doing often. Like having one fewer card in your opening hand is just devastating in a format as fast as Wild. Liam just doesn't want to be drawn, apparently. Well, I have drawn Liam, and I've lost every single time I played him, because it turns out Liam isn't the greatest card. Which is shocking.
My sorcery will prevail.
I will fight with honor.
I don't know. Well, this is likely to hit a tour guide, right? So I play this on 1, this on... Maybe I just send this back. This on 1, this on 2. Room is pretty good for swinging the board back against aggro, but like... Or against Secret Mage in particular. I think it's probably just fine to draw it off at the Crystology.
None will survive.
I've crafted a Golden Liam, no regret so far. I mean, he's a fun card. I really like him.
The legions I command.
I don't think I want to Omayog their coin, but
Job's done.
fine. Barov into Explosive is... Do I lose on turn 1 again? I hate when that happens.
Reporting for duty.
Nope, I don't lose on turn 1. That's neat.
An incredible discovery.
Here. Looks like it might be Explosive, so I probably want to get the Righteous Protector down. Let's go face first. Test for Explosive. Cool. Oh! Yeah, that's real fine. Let me think about this now. Because I want to press the button, but I also want to use this to deny the counter spell. I think this is probably just better. I get one less dude, but this makes it more likely that I'm able to go Barker into Lost in the Jungle. It also gets me a card closer to Prince Liam, so... Nope. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, not okay. Not sure if good or not.
Do try to keep yourselves alive.
Let the dead rest.
Not the best use of a Barov, but it allows me to swing the board back in my favor, and they are a bit overloaded here, so... Sure. Could be Explosive.
Follow my lead.
All realities, all dimensions.
It was. Alright, so next turn I probably can go here, here, here.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
How bad do I want to get beat by Counterspell? I haven't. The Counterspell is like one of the secrets I haven't seen yet. Well, if this is explosive, then I can play this for sure. But feels like Counterspell, yeah. Which, if it's Counterspell, that means it's not rigged fair game, so I don't get punished for not attacking here.
Reporting for duty.
Hey, trademark. I think this is like just fine. They don't get the mustard blocked. That's a bummer. I've had a lot of secrets proc, right? They draw 4 off of that. That's not fair.
I'm late. I'm late.
Speaking of not fair. Right.
To battle! To battle!
You know what else is not fair?
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
Paying 1 mana for 6 damage. This is not going to do much other than, like, eat an explosive runes, I think.
You're not ready for this.
Or
We
dare?
have many secrets.
For justice! Reporting for duty. Men!
Really hope they don't have 2 secrets here. Okay. There goes the explosive. I need some good Malgazar minions. Please stop. Oh, thanks. Ah! That's big. Okay. I mean, this is probably better, but like, if I tested for rig fair game, I think I need to continue testing.
Brave heroes of Gilneas, arise!
Justice for duty. For justice.
Need some high impact minions. Legend already? Yeah. I kind of cruised in with a few good decks recently.
You're not ready for this.
I mean, they didn't have a secret last turn, so it seems unlikely they will now. Yeah.
Shatrat will not fall in vain.
I'm dead.
What adventure are you up to today?
I don't think I'm making it for this many turns. I think I just need to go here.
Justice.
I mean, any fireball kills me. They've used 1 Cloud Prince because it's on board right now.
I wonder.
Hey, you're welcome, trademark. Glad you're enjoying it. I'm assuming they have the fireball. They're just taking their victory lap here. Does Malgazar mess things up if he spawns an even legendary? Nope. Baku looks at the deck that you started with.
Time runs out on me. I wonder.
And this isn't really how he wanted to win.
Defiance, huh? I bet you showed them.
8. I blocked the rig fair game. Trademark. Thank you for the 2 months. Woo, Amazon money. Well, thank you for that support. Really appreciate it.
For the shattered sun.
I'm so sad now. Why couldn't the opponent just be here?
Time runs out on me.
So we have lethal on board, but and it's probably rig fair game instead of jeez. Now we get all the cool cards. The opponent's not even here to see them. It's a shame. SMH my head. More mages.
Curiosity will be the end of you. I will fight with honor.
Kind of like keeping these two together. It allows me to get a pretty strong board swing, especially with the Barker. I think I still just want this on 1.
None will survive.
Yes. Yes, give me the random legendaries. Hopefully it's Reno Mage and we like get actual value.
Why is everyone waving fire around? Happy and they sum up fire. Reporting for duty.
I could have held this for coin Barker next turn, but I think I just want to follow my curve right now.
Reporting for duty. The battle.
Rumble Snatch seems pretty good if I start losing some health. I hope it's not Flame Ward. Cool.
The battle.
Your tour ends here. You here for the tour?
That's Ice Block, and it's actually just, yeah. It's Mizaki. So, not entirely sure what I can do other than this. And like, hope Malgazar put a Loatheb in my deck, maybe. Let's hope Prince gave us Mutanus. That's another good option. I'm going to be board locked here, but I do have lethal showing, so they might have to ping a dude, which gives me the ability to go Knight. Nope.
Try to be patient.
It's kind of stuck. That's not in my deck. I don't know that I want to give up the coin here, because like this, I don't know. Just need to wait until I have board space, and then I can go night and play the convictions. Problem is, I know that they have a second ice block in the deck, right? Or rather, in their hand, because they played the Ancient Mysteries. At least they haven't hit a.
My hand is too full.
Sure.
Charge! Charge! The battle! The battle! The battle! The battle!
Your tour ends here.
I'm gonna give away the coin now. In case I find, I don't know, like, it doesn't even matter what I do. I just don't get to play the game and so it's a matter of whether or not the opponent hits the hits their combo.
This is not what we stood for.
Yeah, we probably lose. Unless I hit Mutanus off the top.
Your tour ends here.
There's nothing I can do, right?
The battle!
Your tour ends here.
Eye for an eye, I don't have a way to generate eye for an eye, so.
Brave heroes of Gilneas, arise.
I'm gonna leave one board space open. If only Omayog was holy. Yeah, honestly, I don't even know that Omayog would be able to solve this. Well, maybe, but brutal. GG.
Ready for our little showdown? Someday I'll be just like you. Someday I'll be just like you.
The victory is yours.
Eye for an eye breaks the ice block because secrets can't trigger on your own turn. So if the opponent triggers an eye for an eye, it has to be on their turn, so it would work, and that's why it works. I'm not even playing and I get frustrated. Well, that's funny because I wasn't playing that game either. Wild is rock, paper, scissors 99% of the time. Unfortunately, that's why I switched to standard after 5 years of Wild. Yeah. I mean, I disagree, but, like, I think given the certainty of with which you said that, there's not going to be any convincing you anyway.
I will fight with honor.
Like, most decks in Wild have pretty reasonable matchup spreads with a few exceptions. There are very few, like, polarizing decks in the format right now. less so than in standard, from what I understand. I'll just play a Protector on 1. It's pretty good if it's Murlocs. I'd rather have a Carnival Barker than not.
None will
But I assume it's probably Murlocs, right? If it's Shudder, maybe they dirty rat some of our big boys.
Legions I command.
Yeah. I think I'd rather keep these together. Next turn, I just Hero Power. Then on turn 3, I have Hero Power Broom. Then I have Barker plus the Lost.
Overcharged and ready to fight.
Sure. It also seems pretty good with a Broom and
Reporting for duty.
a likelihood of getting behind.
Charge roll.
Yep. I think my play is always Bear off Broom next turn. So I think I commit as little as possible, right?
I wonder. Reporting for duty. To battle. To battle.
Yeah, I am fine with these trades.
To battle.
We do lose the board, but then I get to follow it up with Carnival Barker turns, I think. I don't think I can be any greedier than this.
To keep yourselves alive. Follow my lead.
I think I want to go Beardo Hero Power. Yeesh, good refill. Beardo Hero Power, then Barker Lost Hero Power.
And ready to fight.
Six, 8, 9. Yeah. I've got a big turn next turn. So I'm going to hold this because I can go Barker, Hero Power, Beardo. Play this Hero Power. I don't actually get the... I don't have board space for it, right? I need another Broom. Uh-oh. Maybe giving the opponent mana wasn't the best of ideas, but... it is certainly a thing that I have done. Okay.
Come one, come
The
all.
light dims, but we fight.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
They may have a devolve here.
Charge roll.
Because they got a nature spell, right? Did they already play it? Was it the Storm's Wrath? Okay. Need some healing now. Jeez. Alright.
To battle.
Gotta take some trades.
To battle. Having fun.
I am having fun, thank you. Very nice of you to ask.
Having fun. Now's the time. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. For justice. Reporting for duty.
Time is money, friend.
Jump. Probably has Doomhammer into Stormstrike. They definitely don't because they're running neither of those cards. Why Prince instead of Lotharaxian the Redeemed? Because I wanted to play Prince. Because the princes are more fun. Look, him is so good. Yeah, it's a strong card. 2 mana, 9 damage.
Uther versus Khadgar.
So sick of mages. They don't let me set up and have fun.
I will fight with honor.
None will survive.
The legions I command.
All right, maybe it's Reno Mage.
Reporting for duty.
We need Witch Cauldron or swap to some Thief Robe. Yeah, I think I'll go with neither. Hey, that's a card.
Reporting for duty. To battle! To battle!
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
To battle! To battle! To battle! To battle!
Flame Ward test. Easy. It's like the worst Flame Ward's ever going to be for them, so might as well get it out of the way.
There must be a way.
That's a weak turn.
Reporting for duty.
But big same, I guess.
Battle! Let the dead rest!
Hopefully they don't have a Flak Mage plus a secret here. If they do, then probably just slam the Malgazar. Wait, if they are playing Flame Ward Scientist, that could be a Reno Mage.
By my calculations,
Yeah.
you need to chill out.
Let's just go here. I don't see much value in like playing the Quartermaster when I don't have minions that can attack. I'm beginning to think it's Reno. So I need to find my Prince Liam.
To arms, men.
I don't want this getting bounced.
To battle! To battle! Let the dead rest!
And 6 mana is Reno the Relicologist, which would be a big bummer for me. But certainly manageable.
There must be a way.
Good night. Okay. 4 mana is Heckfire. Would imagine. Or Shadow Flame is probably better. Beautiful. Unfortunately, I'm kind of stuck here, right?
Reporting for duty.
Great turn. I called you Rafam? Yeah, but this is the wrong Rafam, unfortunately. Okay. Is this good enough value? They might be running Nazoth.
Do try to keep yourselves alive. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
Malygos seems fun, but probably just play the Rafam next turn, then I play the Malygos plus a Conviction or plus like an Omayog or something. Alright, I did get my wish. All I wanted to do was play some random legendary minions, and now we're doing it. Uh-oh. Yeah. It's pretty good potions. 96, thank you for the 5 gifted.
And Rafa, the supreme archaeologist.
This? Or this? Or this? Or this? Or this? Or the... Which one? I think it's this.
Job done.
I want to get the ice block out.
We're gonna have some.
Yeesh. Alright. Board full of 4/4s. I could be dead here too, so there's also that.
Job done.
I mean, that was a lot of fun, so there's no denying that.
Well played.
Oh no, 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 don't kill me!
And the cycle of life is reborn anew.
Big Sag. At least we got to play Rafam. That was fun. I'm okay, especially if the opponent maybe got Legend off of that. That'd be fine. All right. I do gotta get going though. I've got an appointment, so I'm gonna take off. I will be back on Thursday. Hit the follow button, you'll get a notification. I'm just gonna let AutoHost do its thing, but I will see you soon.